Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Living the Life show. I'm your host, Columbus Cody. I'm so glad you chose to join me today for the verse of the day. Today's verse of the day comes from Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. And we're reading the New Living Translation. This is a beautiful verse, a verse that will encourage you, a verse that will hopefully help build your faith. Because we're talking about faith. All right. So today's verse says this. Faith is the confidence that what we hope for will actually happen. It gives us assurance about things we cannot see. Faith is foundational. Faith is fundamental. We cannot serve God without faith. The Bible tells us that without faith, it is impossible to please God. That's a word we don't use connected to God very much, impossible. But if you want to serve God, it's impossible to do so without faith. If you want to please God, it is impossible to do so without faith. So what is faith? Faith is more than just believing. Faith is believing so strongly that you move as though it's done already. Faith is believing so strongly that it changes the direction of your life. It changes how you do everything. The Bible tells us that we walk by faith and not by sight. And what that means is we don't determine how life moves based on what we sense, what we see, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch. We believe so deeply in what God says will happen that we move as though it's already done. The Bible tells us that Jesus says, you shall say to this mountain, be thou removed, and it shall move. The mountains will move. And maybe it's not literal mountains that you need moved. It's spiritual mountains. It's figurative mountains. You got a mountainous issue on your job. You got a mountainous issue in your marriage. You got a mountainous issue raising your children, and you need that thing to move. It takes faith. It takes belief in God that will happen. Faith means I believe it so much that I don't even think about it anymore. I just trust you and I go with it. You know, in a few minutes, I'm getting ready to get in my car and I'm getting ready to drive to the grocery store to buy some food. When I get in my car, I don't pray and ask God for my brakes to work. I have faith in my brakes. They have worked all the times before this. And because I maintain my car, I expect my brakes to work without fail. Imagine if you got in your car every time and you had to hope that those brakes were going to work. And you had to hope that when I pushed the brakes, it wouldn't be my last time driving. It'd be very hard to get in that car. In our lives, we trust God, we have faith in God, and we have it in such a way that we move through life without having to be overly concerned with certain things. When you sit down in a chair, do you inspect the chair? Do you check the chair? Do you make sure the legs are sturdy and strong? No, you sit down. Why? Because you have faith that the chair will hold you. You have sat in the chairs many times. God has proven himself to us over and over to be faithful. And since he's faithful, we can put our faith in him. Faith means we believe it so much that we act upon it. We live according to what we believe. We do something about what we believe. All right. Paul tells us that faith without works is dead. So if you say you have faith, but you're not doing anything, you don't have faith. Okay. And one more thing about faith before I let you go for the day. We have to stop calling something walking out on faith or stepping out on faith or taking a leap of faith because we just want to do something and hope God catches us. Because if you have faith, what faith means is I'm going to consult my Father. I'm going to ask God what he wants in my life. And no matter what he says, I'm going to believe that that's the best thing for me. I have faith in him that he's going to make sure that what I need in my life, I have it. And what I want in my life, if it's not what I need, he will keep that from me. He will keep me from walking into a want that could lead me away from him. I believe him. I trust him. I follow him. I have faith in him. But you can build your faith. The Bible tells us to add to our faith. add to your faith. Every time that God moves in your life, it should increase your faith. It should build your faith until now you believe in him so much that you don't question or you don't have doubts that creep in that keep you from moving forward. Everybody has situations like that. Don't get me wrong. Everyone has that little voice that tries to keep them from walking in their greatest life. But then we have the other voice that if we are feeding the Spirit of God within us, if we are obeying and honoring him, that other voice leads us in the way of faith. The other voice tells us we're more than conquerors. The other voice tells us that with God, all things are possible. Faith will lead us continually down a path that will lead us closer to God. Faith starves out fear, and faith presses us toward becoming the men and women that God wants us to be. Faith is foundational. Faith is fundamental. And God wants you to have faith in him because he has faith in you. All right? It's the verse of the day, good people. I pray that it has blessed you. I pray that your faith will be increased. That is my prayer for you today. It's my prayer for myself as well. God, show me yourself today so that my faith will grow even the more. All right. God bless you guys. Don't forget about 1,000 before Thanksgiving. All right. I've said it before. Look in the comments below. Look in the description below if you would like to make a donation or if you'd like to go and purchase a book. We don't have a lot of time left. We want to help as many people as we can. Every book sold, every t-shirt sold, every donation that comes in between now and Thanksgiving will be used to pour into families in need for the holiday. Can't do it without you. Don't want to do it without you. I need your help. God bless you guys. Love you guys. Let's get busy living the life.